It's impossible. What was Moses like? What was David like? What was Solomon like? What were the prophets like? Ever thought about that? Then move on, move on, move on. That'll tell you what was supposed to be like. You see, in St. Luke's Gospel, chapter 1, in verse 17, let me read something to you that's should get your attention. Here, he says, and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias. That's talking about John the Baptist, who will go ahead of Jesus. He shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. What in the world? Look at that. He will turn the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. So there's a phrase there, the wisdom of the just. That means the wisdom of the righteous. It means that the righteous have a certain kind of wisdom. And that word comes from phronesis, the phronesis of the righteous. And you know, when God gave Solomon wisdom, the Septuagint tells us it gave him phronesis. Not Sophia, phronesis. It's a special kind of wisdom. Some call it practical wisdom, but it's more than just practical wisdom. Phronesis makes you say what you're supposed to say in the way you're supposed to say it at the place and time you're supposed to say it. Yes, sir. And to move in the direction you're supposed to move at the time you're supposed to move for the purpose for which you're supposed to move. Phronesis. It is God at work in you. That is phronesis. It is the wisdom of the just. You know, some people do things, they don't know what, oh, it's a mistake. And then they're in the wrong place. Then they do the wrong thing. Phronesis brings you to the place you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be there for the purpose for which you're supposed to be there, and God carrying out his purpose through you. You say, Pastor Chris, how does that work for me? Oh, absolutely. You see, Christ has been made unto us wisdom, all right? Wisdom from God. And that is all of the wisdom of God. Sophia covers all of the wisdom. All right? But then, it's like when we talk about God's word in your heart. You see, God's word in your heart is God's thoughts, God's opinions, God's ideas, everything about a weapon. Because your mouth is the front of a weapon. You see, the life, the Logos of God is at work. That's the living word. When we say the written word becomes what? The living word.